June meeting of the Decatur County Council. Mr. House, you want to lead us in the pledge? You won't like that, Lisa?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Minutes. I had a couple questions on here. How many hundred thousands are we approving for city tip?
I know.
So I think that 100,000 came from
So
edit.
one was edit and one was the Greensburg TIF.
That's on the agenda today. Greensburg TIF is.
Yes, that's right, because it didn't get advertised in time for the last one. So so the Greensburg TIF just needs an additional in order to be spent, in order to be appropriated and then be spent.
Okay.
Which I believe it already has been spent. This is just putting it, and we have the check, we've gotten the check, and it's in the fund, it just needs to be appropriated.
Okay.
Yes.
So this one,
So
this
there's
here
two
needs to
100,000.
be changed for 100,000 on a regular meeting minutes.
Say that again, Danny, I'm sorry.
On our regular meeting minutes, which would have been Tuesday, May the 20th, am I reading that right?
Mm-hmm.
If you read there, it says request 100,000. This allows the funds from city tip to be appropriated and spent, not additional funding, which we approved. It was approved from edit because I voted no. Didn't come out in tip.
No, there's two different ones. Edit approved. The commissioners approved $100,000 in edit,
That was at a regular meeting.
county edit, and then the park, it's in the park activity fund is where it's at. And we just want to move it from the cash into the appropriation line. And that one came from Greensburg TIF.
But the 100,000 from a regular meeting came from edit. And if you read down there where it says approved for additional funds,
Gotcha. Understand.
see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This motion made by Kenny, second by Ernie, motion passed 6-0 with Danny Peters voting no.
Well, the minute thing picked that up as being
That should have came
from
from
city
edit,
TIF. Okay,
correct?
I'll look into it.
If we voted on the last meeting, we don't need to vote on this meeting, even though it was. Voted on.
This wasn't,
Right.
the way the tip for the city wasn't advertised. so
Okay.
that would be-
Okay, we'll get that. I'll go back and listen to
The
it.
regular meeting should have been edit.
Okay.
Anybody say anything else? And I wasn't at the special meeting, so.
Make a motion, we approve that read.
Both of them. Kenny makes a motion to approve both minutes from the regular meeting and the special session. Ashley seconds. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Okay, Brian Rennie, Commissioner EMA Director.
Good morning, everyone. As you know, Brad Spears resigned as the EMA director, and we were looking for a new EMA director. On Monday, June 9th, we did interviews for 6 applicants. We had 16 applicants total, and we kind of condensed those down to interview 6 applicants. One applicant decided to bow out, so we had 5 interviews on Monday, June 9th. And after the interviews, we had 5 good candidates. We kind of broke it down to 2 that we really thought were really good. Went back and forth, the Dining Room Advisory Board, and came up with an applicant that we felt like is a good candidate for the new EMA director. Applicant number 1, yesterday at the commissioners meeting, we agreed to hire this individual, but the salary he would like is $55,000. Currently, the EMA director is making $53,643. So that's a difference of $1,357. The FICA difference between those two for the current EMA director was $4,105, and $55,000 salary is $4,210. It was $105 difference. And the perf for the current director is $6,010, and the perf for a $55,000 salary is $6,165. So it's $155 difference. So minimal amount of difference in the FICA and the perf. But the total difference when you put all three of those together is $1,622 if you had a $55,000 salary versus the $53,643 salary. So I'm coming today to ask for a $55,000 salary for the new EMA director.
And a large portion of that is offset by the state, correct?
Correct. Half of his salary is paid by the state. And
So half of that 16 would be ours.
Yeah.
Be 800 more.
total $811.
EMA have that in their budget somewhere to cover that.
Well, if you look at their, Christie gave me the location budget, and they have it for this year, yes. They have the money there for this year to pay the rest of that salary. But going forward next year, the budget would need to be changed for 26 to reflect a $55,000 salary versus a $53,643 salary.
Do we have examples of what some of the other applicants thought would be an appropriate amount of?
Yeah, the one that we really liked wanted 90,000. There was another one that was, we thought, and honestly, he would have been probably our first candidate, but that's just not viable. And then another candidate that we liked wanted 65 to 70,000 in his salary. So those two were kind of, just weren't viable for us. I knew going into that, for that ask, the salary range when the salary study was done, the salary range for the EMA director is 51 to 70 is the range in your salary study.
Does the EMA have a job description
It does.
they need involved?
It does. Yes.
So
Yeah.
aware of everything.
Yeah. When we did the job posting, we put the job description out, and I don't think the salary range was put in that when it was posted. I don't believe we do that. Yeah. This individual, I believe, will do a great job. I did some background research on him and did a lot of phone calls. And I feel like he's a good candidate. I think he'll do a good job for us.
So we wouldn't have to do anything for this year's, but we'd have to move it to 55 next year.
Yeah, which would, I think that's $811 difference.
Well, for this year, it's not going to be a whole year.
Yeah, right.
This year only can be a whole year as far as that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We went a month without paying the director's pay. And now Gary is the interim director, and he is getting the full benefit as the director. He's putting in full-time work, and he's doing that. And so he's getting that pay until the new director would be hired, and then Gary would go back to the part-time.
I don't really see any problem with it. We're probably going to, when the budget time comes around, we're going to look at it anyway. So
I'm just hoping. We just keep adding the budget though. That's my opinion.
We do. I agree.
I mean, we've added a bunch.
take a look.
I mean, next year, kind of a big if.
I don't know.
That's mine.
Without looking at their budget, I mean, there could be some stuff in there that.
Well, they're in county general. EMA is.
The good thing is, as Deanna alluded to, is we're responsible for half that salary, so it does help. And when you're looking at the total amount,
But we're still responsible for perf and
we are,
like,
we are.
But that's all included in that $1,600.
It is.
Yeah, so still $800 a year.
Yeah,
I'm just having trouble adding to everything again.
right. You just keep adding. Yeah. I understand that as well. But I think we need, I think when we're talking about hiring, and it's always a difficult ask, we need good quality candidates, and we've had to, if we want a good quality candidate, we'll have to pay for that. And as you all know, when we're looking at hiring, that's always a interesting topic that comes up. We might find somebody that can do the job for what we ask, but are going to get the quality.
Anybody else have any comments?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Ashley makes a motion to approve $5,000.
I'll second.
Deanna seconds. Any other discussion? All those in favor? And I oppose.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Transfer. That's all, unless anybody else has any official business. Now the transfer. Bringing a lot on there. We had a new veterans guy, so he's trying to get things shaped up. Looks like soil and water, whatever the vehicle supplies.
We'll process that more.
Pardon?
Cost more to process that one.
Than the $26.
Yeah, that's probably right. I entertain a motion to approve a transfer.
I'll make that motion.
Ernie makes a motion, approve transfer.
I'll second.
Kenny seconds. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Rick, you there?
I am.
Okay, sorry, I didn't see you come up. Okay, I think we've got one additional, and that's coming from City TIF. It's going to be really a transfer from
From cash.
park activity to the ball diamond, correct?
Correct.
And I think we have to approve it again because it is wasn't advertised, correct? Do I get that?
Yep.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
I'll
Kenny
second.
makes a motion, Ernie seconds. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Yeah.
I oppose.
Christie, we have the account set up for that money's out there, ball diamond jet, as far as where it goes and all that.
It's still going into the park activity fund.
Okay.
I did talk to Brian about that just last week, so he's aware of what you guys are wanting to do. So it's just a matter of taking that with the board,
Okay.
discussing it.
Understand what we're trying to do on that?
Yeah, I think we have kind of a plan, I think. The second point, again, very helpful. And both for that, we had a question exactly how flexible that account is over cycle. She explained that the way you guys want to do it with the separate account. We're trying to have the park kind of be self-sufficient as well.
Okay.
You got anything official for us, Brian?
The EDC annual meetings, July 10th, 11:30. Over at City Hall, we'll have Mac Roller from AIM come down and talk about some of the changes that were passed a few months ago at the state level, how it might be affecting some of the communities around the state, including ours. We have announcements of from Austria, actually making the first legitimate investment in the United States. Here, they bought about 19 acres off of Liberty Circle over there, just past steer heat and cooling that area. They make plastic injection molds for those, and they're exciting to locate here. The first manufacturing facility. Talking about probably 30 jobs, average probably 30 hours. I still, job and, and just a real nice kid for the community there. About 7.2 million. So, and then on another front, they have started sending out letters of pre-commitment for Ready 2 projects, which is very, very welcome. Because we were kind of on hold there for a long time, if you recall. They started to move those projects forward, so that was good for the region, ready to ground running on these projects as well.
Else have anything? Dawn?
Good morning. We are between two of our major events. We just completed the Women in Business Conference, had well over 200 in attendance, really great results from that. So that was super exciting. We're gearing up for the 40th annual golf outing, which will be August 1st out at North Branch. So if anybody is interested in participating in that, we would love to have you. We are also going to be working on being the liaison to help bring people to the table and better understanding the new graduation diploma requirements for the schools, what that means for our business community. There is verbiage written in there that the kiddos are going to need a certain amount of hours to complete those new high school diplomas. And so we have the business community reaching out to us and saying, what does this mean for us? What do we need to do? How can we help? How are we supposed to handle this? So we're going to start working on that through the summer.
Anyone else?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Any next motion to adjourn? Ernie seconded. All those in favor? Any
Aye.
opposed? Carried. Thanks, Rick.
See you.